Good morning, Stampers. I'm Meg from LovenStamps, and you are watching Maker Mornings with Meg. Today is February 2nd and Groundhog Day. So I actually didn't hear whether the groundhog saw his shadow or not. I'm going to have to look that up later. But where I live, it's bright and sunny, so he definitely would have seen his shadow. And in honor of our groundhog friend, we are doing another critter project today. And today's critter project is going to be the using the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set, which, because today is the first day that you can get the dies for this stamp set. So hey Sandy, hey Trish, hey Kathy, glad you guys are here. Ready to see some chickens? So I'm really excited about this stamp set and the many dies that go with it. I actually have them all out of the package. They're all here on my little supply board because I'm using all of them. This month I am featuring this stamp set, Hey Birthday Chick, for my LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials. So you guys probably know every month I pick a stamp set to feature, and I do 4 special projects using a very limited set of supplies, so that you know that if you have the stamp set, you can watch my videos and make all of those projects with just the set of supplies. So just a couple colors, just a couple other embellishment things. And I'm glad you like those. And so the stamp set I picked for this month, like I said, is Hey Birthday Chick. Morning, Sherry. So what else did I want to tell you about this before we get stamping? There are actually 2 stamp sets that are available now, starting today. The link is in the description for the video if you want to grab them. And I made a really terrible pun. When this stamp set was introduced, when these characters were introduced back in 2017, I take my rubber band off. It's part of my organizational stuff. They were really, really, really popular. And so I think that they might have a quick, they might fly the coop in short order too, because I think they're highly anticipated. They'll be available till June, so you don't have to panic too much about getting them. But if you want them soon so you can work on your projects for this month, you will want to order them in short order. I'm not sure. They might be more popular than Stampin' Up! Predicted, so. Let's see. In addition, the tutorial. So today's project will be available as a PDF tutorial. If you place an order of any size in my online store with me as your demonstrator, you'll get the 4 project tutorial, and that is printable at home. Very convenient. Pictures, directions, project or supplies and stuff like that. Cutting directions. And then there's also a kit that you can get. If you place an order that's at least $50, you'll get 2 of the projects from this month's feature supplies in a little baggie mailed to your doorstep. So, okay, you guys ready to get stamping? Do you want to see today's card? I'm kind of excited about it. Da-da-da, drum roll. Okay, it is a pop-up card. Here we go. And it features the chicken here who is getting carried away with a balloon. And it's a birthday card. Hey Birthday Chick is a stamp set. And then here's what it looks like kind of on the side, because it is going to stand up on your desk or wherever you're working, okay? So I have some really great tips for you about the dies and how to get them to work really, really beautifully, and some coloring tips, some scoring tips, and I will give you all the directions for cutting and scoring this card. So, all right, you guys ready to get stamping? I know you're excited. Hey Kathy, hey Lana. All right. Okay, so here we go. So on my stamp surface here, I have my paper trimmer because it is honestly the easiest way to do the cutting and scoring for this card. It's really not hard. You just gotta kind of follow the directions. So, all right. So I have my full sheet of Granny Apple Green cardstock, and the first thing I'm gonna do, hey Pat, I'm so glad you could join us. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut my cardstock in half. And if you are just tuning in, you missed what we're doing. We're making this pop-up card this morning. So super cute with a new stamp set and dies that came out today. So I've set to 4 1/4. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. So basically I have 2 card bases ready to go. So I'll set that one aside. And then what I wanna do is I want to make this strip that's gonna be on the side here. So I'm going to slide this over to 1 1/2. Now, usually I slide my cardstock up this direction, kind of so that it's butted close to me. but the ruler counts from this direction, and we need to count with a ruler this time. So I'm gonna slide this down here to the bottom so that it's flush. Maybe I should pull that up for you. Bottom so that it's flush, and I am going to go ahead and take my cutting blade now. And what I wanna do is I wanna start cutting, and you'll see kind of that first cut doesn't go all the way to the bottom. So I'm gonna look, I gotta stand up. I'm gonna look down, and I'm gonna put my blade in and press it down right where it is at the 1.5 mark. And I'm gonna cut from 1.5 to 7.5. And if you check my blog later this evening, you will be able to get the written sizes for all these things too. So don't panic too much about writing them down unless you have to make this card right now. Okay, so we went from 1.5 to 7.5. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of make sure my cutting blade is out of the way because I'm not gonna use it again. I just want to do scoring now. So my scoring is gonna start here. I gotta switch sides here. And I'm going to score, can you guys see? Yep, at 1.5 inches. Now, when I score these, I'm gonna score only from the cut line to the edge because, I mean, you can score across this side, but if you can leave it plain, it's a little bit neater, so. All right, I'm gonna take my scoring blade now, and again, I'm gonna drop it right at the start there and just score to the edge, okay? Then I'm gonna slide this in, I'm gonna score it at 2.5, and I'll live dangerously and go towards the cut. And then I'm gonna score at 4.5. So we have 1.5, 2.5, 4.5. And then the next score is gonna be at 5.5 inches, and that one has to go all the way across, right? Because that's where we need our card to fold. So, all right, so that one goes all the way across. And then I'm gonna move my card chick friend over here because I need to pull out my arm because I need to do my last score at 7.5 inches. So let's move this down, 7.5, and again, I'm gonna score just to the center, okay? All right, so this is what it's gonna look like. I know you can't really see the scores, but they're there when it's done. And I'm gonna start here, I'll put this next to for comparison. I'm gonna start here at the part that's gonna be the back, and I'm gonna fold down, I'm gonna fold up, I'm not worried about this, I'm gonna fold down, I'm gonna fold up, I'm gonna fold down, and when you get to the end, then you can just sort of pinch this side here, and if we get our trimmer out of the way, all you have to do is squish this down flat and everything will fall into place, okay? I know it's like magic, but it's not magic, it's just measuring, and it's really not very difficult, okay? So this is gonna give us our basis for our Hey Chick card. All right, you guys ready to see some more of this fantastic stuff? So I have our chick stamp set here and our chick, and my, I'm gonna set the pop-up aside for a second. I'm going to ink up my chick with the birthday balloon, and we're gonna stamp, I don't know, her, I guess, there. And then I am going to also stamp, let's see, I guess I'm not gonna stamp those to cut. We'll stamp on here. I'm gonna need 2 circles. So I have my 2-inch circle punch, and I'm gonna go ahead and punch these. And the 2-inch circle punch is gonna feature in the LovenStamps tutorials this month for a couple cards. Here's a quick sneak peek. Okay, that was it. All right, so I have my circles and my pieces here. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting things together with our stamping. So I have my soft suede pad, and I'm gonna use that to stamp my Let's Celebrate You. I am going to use my confetti image, which is also from Hey Birthday Chick. I love the accessory images in this set. They just make it super easy to mix and match and make great cards. So there's our one embellishment. Then we need this one here, which is gonna have this cute little birthday chick on it. So I'll stamp the birthday chick. There we go. And I love this Best of Cluck greeting, so we're gonna put Best of Cluck on there next to it. Oh. Okay, well, I didn't get a very good Best of Cluck stamp there, so you know what? That's fine. We'll do a real quick cut. Punch one more and do that again. So that's why I always stamp everything. There we go. And then assemble, because you always hate to have something get screwy when you've already done most of it. Okay, let's see. So we have that done. I'm gonna do some coloring. And so I have my Stampin' Blends markers. We'll set this aside and bring these in here. And for our markers, if you guys have seen me color in the last few days, you might notice that there are, I kind of have a system for my blends, okay? So I'm calling it 1, 2, 3, and it really makes it easy. So first step is a light color over everything. Let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and color his whole head too. So first step is light color over everything. And then, well, everything that's gonna be yellow, that is. And then step 2 is to go back with my dark marker and just go around the edge, okay? I know it looks really dark and you start to panic a little bit, okay? And then here under his little, and behind his head where there's a shadow, okay? All right, so there's 1 and there's 2. Oh, and get under this little wing. And then 3, and I'll show you kind of up close here's the difference. So there's 1 and 2, but then when I go back with 3, I'm coloring once around again at the intersection between the light and the dark. And what that does is it softens that intersection, and it means that I have a nice sort of 3-tone kind of Stampin' Blends color. Now, I want his head to be a little darker, so I'm gonna take my soft suede here and actually color over that. And layering Stampin' Blends is always a good idea. You get a lot of nice color variation when you layer some of the colors together. And we'll do his little hair in the soft suede too. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my pumpkin pie, which is one of the other blends colors that I'll be using for all 4 of the LovenStamps projects this month. And I'll get his little beak there in orange. And then that leaves us our balloon to color. And I am going to do the same trick again. So I have 1, 2, 3, right? 1 is do a color wash with light first. And when you're coloring the balloon, make sure you want to color in curves because that's sort of the grain of the balloon. 2 is green apple green dark all the way around the edge. And I'll add the color here lines here. So I'm going to add just a little more there. And 3 is to blend. So once around the intersection, okay? And that gives us our nice 3-tone kind of color scheme. So really simple, 1, 2, 3 for your Stampin' Blends. It doesn't take a lot of, you know, crazy work or like know-how or anything. Just think 1, 2, 3 and you'll be fine. All right, let's see, for our birthday chick here, she or he needs a little bit of color too. So we're gonna add just a little color. I'm gonna use my bullet tip here on my pumpkin because these little lines are so narrow. All right, and let's see, are we ready to cut? Okay, yes, so we're gonna do some die cutting, and I'm gonna bring my ink pad back for my die cutting, which I realize is like maybe, what? Why do you need your ink to do die cutting, Meg? Well, first of all, I need to stick my finger in it, so let me get my chamois out. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm gonna use the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And if you haven't watched my videos for the last couple days, you know I have kind of an experiment running. So I'm pushing all this stuff out of the way so I can put this in here because my experiment is working pretty well. I kind of like this. I think I might stick with it. So on the bottom of my my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, my mini boss, I actually put, you can see little tiny corners of the material that comes in your stamp set. So when you get your stamp set, I'll open it up here, you get this sheet with your stickers on it. Don't throw this away. This is not garbage. This is a great tool, okay? So what I did was I cut little squares and I put 1 corner on each of little squares of this sticky. So now when I put my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, let's see, I think I need to give it a little more space. Then when I put it down, it sticks. So it is really nicely stuck to my table, but not too hard because I, of course, need to move it. So then when I use it, it is gonna stay where I want it and it doesn't slide around. I am loving this experiment. I think it's working out really well. So think about that. And of course you can peel them off if you don't like it. It's not a big deal. It's not hurting anything. So I might do it on my big boss too. All right, so dies, I'm gonna grab this one here to match. And if you haven't seen this before, it's just a dollar frame, picture frame, and then a piece of vent cover glued on, and it holds all my dies when I'm working on projects because, do you wanna see another sneak peek? Because I've been working on a lot of these projects lately. Okay, anyway. That's all. I'm going to show you that one too. So I have my mini boss. I'm going to pop my guy on here. If you're wondering why I have so many little pieces of washi tape stuck to the top of my mini boss, it's because that's what I use in place of the magnetic platform. And I've been really happy with it. And I actually don't miss my magnetic plate at all. So, all right, stuck that on there, stuck it down with a little bit of washi tape. I'm going to crank this through. Let's see here, get this set. Okay, and then you can see how I'm like barely holding it and it's staying stuck to my table. It's not moving around. I love it. Okay, all right, so I have that. Now I do need to show you my other trick with the ink pad here. I got so excited about my mini boss experiment. So I'm gonna peel off the washi tape there. And now we have our cute chicken all colored to go with our card. Okay, so there's our chicken. And then if you're just jumping in, this is what we're making. We're making a pop-up card with the new Hey Chick stamp set that just debuted today. So here's what it looks like from the side. It stands up on your table, super cute. But these fences, there is a cool tip to those fences. So here's, of course, what they look like when they just come through. You cut them and stick them on there. But there's a way to make them better. And this is my tip for you. What you want to do is you want to take your fence and you want to drop it intentionally in your ink pad. I know, Tanya's always worried that I leave my ink pads laying open and then dropping stuff in them. But this time I intended to put them in, okay? So I'm going to pop that on there and I'm going to tap it just a little bit. That actually might have been too much. Then I'm gonna take my cardstocks. I've got soft suede here to match color on color. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool to just flip up an edge so that I can grab it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so you can see there's barely any ink on there. We don't want a lot. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop that on and put my plate here on top and crank it through my mini boss, which doesn't move. Oh, I picked it up. I guess that doesn't work. But otherwise doesn't move. All right, and when we take this apart, there we go. Sometimes you can get your pieces out just by dropping them. You don't have to poke them or anything. When I take them out, look at the difference here between our, here, I'll show you on here. Look at the difference between our two fences. They're both really cute, but you see how the lines show up? Well, maybe you can't see. Can you see how the lines show up so much nicer in the one that was inked? It just really, that little tiny bit of ink on the ridges of the die makes the biggest difference in how that shows up. So, oh, I'm glad you liked the tip, Sue. Okay, am I done die cutting? Oh, nope, I have to do one more. I am going to die cut my bag o' grain. And so I'll just grab that die here off of my board. And we have our stuff out, so I'm just gonna pop it on there. I'll live dangerously. Pick it up with my fingernail. And we'll go ahead and ink this one too. All right, so again, cranking that through there. And ta-da! We have our little grain thing. So it inks a little bit around the edges, which gives you kind of a nice feature spot. And I'm gonna pick this up to get it out of the way. Oh, I lost one of my feet. No worries, I'll just throw it back on there. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Okay, all right. So you just can't really set it on paper because then it will stick to your paper, so. All right, moving us back here. Let's see, Lois likes the tip about the ink. Oh yeah, good, I'm glad you guys like that one. Yeah, we've done it before. It was great for some fall sets with the leaves. I can't remember what that one was called. I showed it a couple years ago, but then I forgot about it. So, all right, I have 2 fence pieces for our card because that's what we're going to need to do our finishing. And let me talk to you a little bit about placement since we have all of our pieces now. So I'm gonna bring our piece back in here, and if you need these scoring directions, again, you can wait till the video's done, it'll post, and you can watch it, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can just rewind now. And you can also check my blog at LovenStamps later today, and I will have the a blog post with all of the sizes posted. So, all right, I am going to start adhering things. I'm going to use my green lid glue, which is actually called multi-purpose liquid glue. And I order it so much that I know that the product number is 110755. So I'm going to take this and pop it on here. Green multi-purpose liquid glue is fabulous stuff. It doesn't grab instantly, so you need to be patient or stick something on top of it while you're waiting. And then our Let's Celebrate You is going to come on here next. Now I'm going to not live dangerously. I'm going to put my dimensional for our tag right on the card, because then I know that I'm not going to accidentally put it too high and have it it stick someplace on a layer that I don't want it to. So Let's Celebrate You is gonna go here. Then we need our grain bag. And if you didn't get as much inking as you want on the little places there, then my tip for you is to just go ahead and take your Stampin' Blends marker, which you use to color the chickens, and just run right around the, doesn't matter if you get them exact, run right around the lines that were die cut in there, and that will highlight them just a little bit more. And let's see, we'll put our green down here. Okay, kind of there. All right, so our stuff is pretty well grabbed there. All right, next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add our chicken, our balloon chicken. And I love this image, but honestly, when I saw it, I was like, man, you gotta work to make sure that that balloon doesn't just look weird. So this is a nice way to make it look just perfectly like it's kind of floating away, because it has this light airy. Now, again, dimensionals are going to go on the card, not on the back of my chicken, because I want to make sure that I don't overlap. So, okay, so chicken's going to go there. He's floating above the fence, and then I will pick the balloon up and put one more underneath there and pop it on. Okay, so now we have a chicken and a balloon, and we're celebrating you. And then we want to go ahead and add our Best of Cluck and our other fence. So there's my other painted fence. So this is going to go up here. Now this time I have to pay attention and put the glue really only at the bottom. So again, when you're working with a layered card like this, just think twice about where you can put glue, because if you glue your layers together, it just doesn't have quite the same effect. All right, so I'm going to pop this on here, and I'm not going to worry too much about the fact that it's sticking over the edge, because I'll probably come back and just trim that. So I'll hold it for a second and sing a little song. Do, 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 do. I know the songs are why you guys are here watching, right? Okay, there we go. And then last of all is the Best of Cluck. And again, I'm going to put the dimensional right on the card instead of on the panel, so that I make sure that I get it. Now here you want to make sure, you'd have to have a really tall piece, but you want to make sure your piece doesn't extend above the top of the 5.5 inch mark that's going to fit on there, okay? All right, so two things, we're going to trim this. No, three things, I guess. Okay, so we've trimmed off the fence. Now we're going to add a little embellishment on the front. And for embellishments this month for the monthly tutorials, we are featuring the metallic pearls, and I love them. These little gold ones look like little bits of green to me, so they are perfect thematically to go with our chicken. So I'm gonna pop two on there to emphasize our Best of Cluck chicken greeting. And then, now if you are sending this as a card, thanks Tanya, I'm glad you like the sound effects. If we are sending this as a card, of course you would want to write something on the inside. And because of the way that I've redesigned this pop-up card, there's lots of space to write on the inside. So I've done this pop-up card a couple times before. On the blog post, I'll show you, I'll leave some links to some other ones that I've done. There was a mountain one, there was a reindeer one, all kinds of stuff, but they all went this direction. So I refigured all of the score lines on the stair step so that it could go vertically. So I'm really happy with how it came out. All right, on the inside, your cardstock to go in the center is going to be 4 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall. And I really feel like we need some decorations on this. So I'm gonna bring back my confetti, all-purpose confetti stamp, and add some confetti here, kind of at the corners, okay? We've got enough written greetings on the front of the card. I think we're covered there. All right, and then grab my seal, Remember to keep rolling your wrist and you will never have a problem with it. Now, the trickiest part about putting this in is because you have probably, like me, assembled the whole front because it's really fun. When you try to open the card on the table to push this down, it pushes on your little chicken panel. So one solution of this is to do it in the middle of the air. Another solution is to hang it off the edge of your table so that it is not getting pushed on. But when a person opens your card, it's not like they're smushing it flat or anything, so not to worry. Okay, I just did it in the middle of the air. There we go, and because I can't resist stamping one more thing on our card, I'm going to add one more little chick at the back. There we go, which sort of would be perfect. You could put your initials back there or the year or something like that to really show it off. So, all right, what do you guys think? Pretty fun. So like I said, this is one of the LovenStamps cards for this month. So it's my feature stamp set for the month of February. So there's a Hostess code in the description that you can use if you're ordering, and make sure that you get your LovenStamps Perk Points and stuff like that. If your order is over $150, don't use the code because you get to pick your Hostess benefits when you shop. And of course, you also get celebration gifts from the Celebration mini catalog, which, do I have one here? Usually I do. Oh yeah, there we go. Which are super fun and great free things to go with it. So, hey Carol, morning. All right, you guys wanna see a quick sneak peek of the other cards that are part of my tutorials this month? They're really fun. I'll have a picture posted later today so you'll be able to see all of them. But if you want to see the sneak peek now, so you've seen the supplies. Added to what I'm using now are the a set of blending brushes because we're going to use blending brushes for 2 of the cards. But otherwise, it's the 2-inch circle punch, the Stampin' blends, the ink colors that I've used. So we have our pop-up card here. So I'll leave that one there. We have a peekaboo flip card. So when you open this, so here's the front of it, and when you open it, it goes from saying happy birthday to saying you're still a spring chicken, okay? So really fun flip fold there, and I have a really, I kind of updated the scoring and the cutting for this card too. So I used to always do it 2 flat layers on the front. It just bugged me just a little. So this one is an improvement. So there's some improvements in this card. And then we have a hidden buckle card, which I don't know about you, but when I send a card, I really like it to stay shut when it's flat. So this card is a gatefold. It has 2 pieces that come in the middle, but it's got a hidden buckle in it. Can you see here? And I'll teach you how to do the hidden buckle too. But basically, when you open the trifold, there's a little peak there and the birthday. And then the person who's opening it doesn't probably care whether it's got the hidden buckle or not, but just really easy to slide that back in there. And I'll show you the cutting and the scoring and taping directions for that when I do this tutorial. And then the last one, ready? I brought into this one the dies that go with Hey Chick because they are irresistible. So here is this mess of dies that are super fantastic. So this is a separate one these are the Hey Birthday Chick dies. These are the Hey Chick dies. Is that what they're called? Let me double check the chick dies. And they include the corn and the coop and the sign and the original dies and the little corn pieces to go on there, a stump. If you have your old celebration set from 2017, it also includes the dies to match these chickens, all 4 of them. And also, if you don't have this from 2017, it's no big deal. You can get the bundle with this set of dies now. But here's the last project from here. It's a corner pop-up card, and this is the front of it. So I'm just going to show you the front now, and you'll have to kind of wait. But look at, isn't it cute? So I used that same inking die trick. I did the little corn. I made the tassels yellow at the top because I live in Illinois where there's lots of corn, and I like tassels to be yellow. And then use that sort of green in our little chicken. So it's going to have a pop-up on the inside, but you're going to have to wait to see that. So, all right. So those are the 4 projects. So, to get the PDF tutorial for all these, you'll want to place an order in my store sometime during the month of February, any size, and you get the PDF for these. To get the 2 card kit, you will want to place a $50 order. And I haven't figured out which 2 cards we're gonna get yet. We'll see. I don't know. Don't know. They're all so fun. So if you have a vote, let me know. All right, guys. That covers us for this sunny Tuesday here in Central Illinois. I have corn-themed cards just for the heck of it. But I hope you're as excited about the Stairstep card as I am. Exceptionally cute. You guys know I'm all about the puns. Thanks, Trish. Anyway, so yeah, get some order stuff together. Get your chickens before they fly the coop. I know, that's terrible. Anyway, I look forward to sharing some more projects with you guys soon. And thank you so much for watching this morning. So happy stamping, and I will see you tomorrow for Wednesday tutorials. Bye guys, have a great day.